Hello people, this is the Grey Gamer. I'm here with some commented random battle action. Do note that I muted the in-game sound. I think my crappy headset interfered with the recording and it just sounded so horrible. So you have to do with my voice during this video. And also the video starts kind of abruptly because I didn't initially intend to record, but something horrible happened in the beginning and my intention was actually to record so I could whine later about the evil rigged and I might get a little toxic at first, so yeah, deal, I suppose. I'm playing Scharnhorst 43. It's a pretty good tier 7 BB and I can low-key kind of recommend it even though I didn't like the original Scharnhorst and not really much of a BB player anyway. But it's fun and it's available in the shipyard in April of 26. Anyway, let's go. Yeah, so the battle is off to a good start. Our carrier is just like steaming forward full speed. Obviously just committing suicide. So yeah, we have Volky 2222 AFK. Lovely, lovely. Something going on down in the south. Our two remaining battleships like decide to do a wide flank. It's a proven genius maneuver, especially in this type of map. And yeah, Tokachi going north with the carrier. Thank you, Armor, in the Gneisenau for going wide flank. You're just like stable genius there. Anyway, I kind of gave up at this point. Our useless POS CV player died. Thank you for crapping out, man. We don't need you. And I'm thinking, okay, we're just gonna lose this battle. But I might as well fight for it a little bit. Surprisingly, an enemy cruiser, turned out to be an Atlanta later, just also decided to wide flank and run into the two battleships, so I guess they do some good. I miss the the blind shots on this Sims completely. Yeah, that's no good, but you know, shit happens. He gets in cover and I have to focus on something else. Tokachi player, he just died. And I'm not going to rain too much on his parades because Sales is a pretty good fleet, and I seem to remember this guy as having very decent stats, so that probably came down to the wrong decision and couldn't get out in time. Just very unfortunate given that we have already some useless player on the team, but I suppose I also just have to deal. The Sims is turning back in. I suppose you just see a big fat battleship that he can shotgun in the face, but yeah. You don't simply shotgun Scharnhorst 43 in the face in your Sims, bro. Have lots of firepower to take you out with. So yeah, here we go. And I take evasive action because I have a feeling torpedoes might be on the way. Duke of York enemy battleship is pushing in, and as you can see, we actually started out having 2 out of the 3 cap zones in our possession, and now we don't really have anything. So only good news is that the Sims is dead and our 2 wide flanking battleships in the south are trying to come back into the fight. So right now I'm just looking at, it's basically me and our destroyer down in the south putting up any real fight. And I have to give our destroyer player some props because you will see later that he doesn't do much damage, but he's just basically absorbing the attention of 3 enemy players for a very long time at the most vital point in the battle, basically. So enemy's Synop is just farming our AFK player, so I suppose he's just more or less irrelevant. And out there near the enemy spawn, these 3 guys completely focusing on the destroyer, and that basically means that the enemy Duke of York is alone versus 3 battleships. So we enjoy like a momentary superiority in firepower, and I think he should probably have run away, but yeah, I salute his fighting will. He's trying to put up a fight. I don't think he realizes that his team is so distracted. So, but you're not running away. You're fighting for it, and I have to give you credit for that, Borgnefesse. Yeah. I'm also a little bit confused at this point. Like, why are we even still alive? It's only in hindsight that I realized that the DD was doing such a great job harassing the enemy ships. Volky 2222 uselessly dies up in the corner. Well, I say uselessly, but he did actually serve the purpose of distracting the enemy sign-up. So it all kind of comes together. And at this point, I'm thinking, we actually have a shot. So it's 2 battleships, cruiser and CV versus our 3 battleships. this enemy Eindracht, sorry for probably mispronouncing that horribly, doing a pass and turning away to, I suppose, run, which would make sense. And then out of nowhere, like maybe like the Duke of York, he decides that he wants to fight for the cap. It's just that he's basically about to broadside a battleship at short range, which it's like no cruiser will walk away from that, I suppose. But yeah, we can get it all a little bit tunnel visioning sometimes. I think that's what happens to this guy. So, and I decide to finish him off, even though, as you can see, the enemy carrier is very close, and it's also always so tempting to just shoot the carrier. But I decided it's better to finish this off. Launch torpedoes, and they don't. That wasn't actually necessary, but you know, there's no such thing as overkill. Next customer is the Ranger, so we can get rid of this carrier. And just like, I don't know what happens in the heads of some CV players. It's like they think their ships are immobile or something. I see it all the time, man. It's so weird. So he basically just sit there and get milked like a good little cow. Yum, 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 yum. And he's gone. So yeah, thank you for dying, Ranger. That's so good. And at this point, I'm actually thinking, well, I started out thinking that this Gneisenau was going to finish me off because I'm so close to death. And thinking, okay, maybe I can just survive for a little bit, distract him, and then our remaining battleship will survive. We'll win on points. Happy ending. Everybody goes home and have a great night and all that. But I don't die, and I'm like, hey, maybe I should try to get the kill shot on this guy. But of course, it's too late. He will survive as well because time is running out. And that's the end of the fight, basically. This is more or less a 4 versus 7 that just turned out very well at the end, even though I was sure we were going to lose. So I suppose the point is that just never give up, just fight for it, man. I end with 106,000 damage, 2 kills. Not too shabby, I'd say. You'll see the numbers in a moment. Secondary battery accounting for around 37,000 damage, which is not too bad, and also 16k from the torpedoes. And it just goes to show what Scharnhorst 43 can do when it's fighting in its like comfort zone. 8 shell dude 001TH in the hero. Thank you for fucking off. Volky 2222. Thank you for nothing. And yeah, actually I will say props to Sims player Dong Hyun K. Like you didn't. This is a pretty good example of why judging people only on their damage and their performance only on damage can be very misleading sometimes, because he didn't do a lot of damage, but his impact on the game was actually much greater than this picture seems to imply. So well done, Dong Hyun. Armor, yeah, I don't know, man. You survived for a bit and absorbed some incoming damage, and I guess that's the best that can be said about your performance. Try not to wide flank in the future, particularly in a battleship, particularly in a map with cap zones like this center point map. Thova, you did a great job, man. 50k and surviving is very respectable, especially given the circumstances. So well done, man. And for the enemy team, yeah, actually a funny thing to note before we hang up, the Synup did 72,000 damage, and like the top player on the enemy team, when basically he took himself out of the fight by just farming an AFK player. So that, again, another way to show that this scoreboard sometimes doesn't tell the full story. Eindracht and Duke of York, you guys, you had spirit, you fought for it, but unfortunately, yeah, it just didn't work out due to all kind of unforeseeable circumstances. So props to you guys, and I suppose Harman also did a pretty good job. So, but very surprising battle, and just goes to show that you should never give up. Just fight to the end, man. Yeah, that's all for me in this battle. Peace out, guys.